Good morning, children. Let us continue chapter 9, case study. And the topic of case study is sheep rearing in Australia. So, so, children sharing. As you can see in the picture, a person is removing hair, that is the fleece of the sheep. So this process of removing of fleece from the sheep body is known as shearing. Shearing is carried out once in a year by a professional team of shearers, shed hands, wool handlers, wool classers. The shearing is carried out in a shearing shed, a facility specially designed to process often hundreds and sometimes more than 3,000 sheep per day, depending on the size of the property and the number of the sheep. Shearing can take place anywhere from a few days or to a few weeks. Sheep are shorn in all seasons depending on the climate, management requirements, and the availability of shearers and a wool classer. Eaves are normally shorn prior to the lambing. Eaves means sheep. Consideration is typically made as to the welfare of the lambs by not shearing them during cold winters. Shorn sheep can tolerate frost well, but young sheep will suffer in cold, wet, windy weather, even in cool summers. In this event, they are kept in sheds for several nights until the weather clears. Now, children, process of shearing. The shearing takes place mainly in spring. Professional shearers use shearing machine and work for 8 hours a day. As you can see in the picture, a person is removing wool, that is the fleece from the body of the sheep. So this is what is removing the wool. The shearer begins by removing the belly wool, means the wool from the stomach of the sheep, which is separated from the main fleece by a staple hand while the sheep is still being shorn. Then children throw the fleece onto the wool table, means the removed fleece is shifted to a table with the clean side down. As you can see, this is clean side and this is hair side. So hair side is at the upper side. This enables short pieces of wool, the locks and other debris to gather beneath the table separately from the fleece. Debris means here the small parts of the wool. Then children, skirt, roll and clasp the fleece. So after shearing, skirting and braiding is done. That is, class is done. The fleece is then skirted by one or more wool rollers to remove the less desirable part of the fleece. The removed pieces largely consist of shorter seeded burry or dusty wool, which is still useful in the industry. Class and place it in the appropriate wool bin. After the skirting of the fleece, it is folded, rolled, and examined for its quality in a process known as wool classing. This is performed by a registered and qualified wool classer based on its type. The fleece is placed into the relevant wool bin, press and store the wool bin until it is sorted. So the fleece is mechanically compressed when there is a sufficient wool to make a wool bale. Wool bale means a big bowl of, you can say, of a wool. Now children, question Aya. First question, what is the process of cutting off the fleece of the sheep known as? In which season is the shearing mainly takes place? Where is the shearing carried out? Thank you children.